Hi there, it's time for another domino trick tutorial. Diving right in, first up you want to grab a purple domino, place it face down, side towards you. Next you want to grab two red dominoes and place them side by side forming a square, and place the square on the domino's sides with their ends pointed towards you, and you want to place them on the right end of the purple domino, like so. Similarly, you want to make another red square, orienting it the same way, but place it on the left end of the purple domino. Next, you want to grab an orange domino, and you want to stand it up with its face towards you, and place it on the nearest side of the purple domino, in the middle between the two red squares. Next up, you want to grab a yellow domino, place it face down, side towards you. You want to overhang it on the left of the structure, with a little bit more than the domino thickness is worth, between the yellow domino and the right red square. Next up, you want to grab a couple of green dominoes on their side with their faces towards you, and you want to bridge them across the front and the back of the red squares. Just like that. Next up, you want to grab a blue and a green domino with their ends towards you, with the blue on its face and the green on its side, and you want to form an upside down T like this. Now take this and place it on the right of the structure, such that the green domino is directly above the right red square. Next, you want to grab an orange domino, stand it up with its side towards you, and you want to place it on the yellow overhanging domino. Next up, you want to grab another green and blue domino pair, but instead of making an upside down T, you want to make a backwards L by shifting the green domino to the right of the blue, like so. Now hold this backwards L with one hand while grabbing another green domino, this time orienting it on its side with its face towards you, and place them like so. You want to place the L on the left of the structure by making the green domino directly above the left red square, and it will not sit on its own, so use the spare green domino to bridge between the L and the T on the back. Now, something you might have noticed, I did not fully describe where this orange domino is, but now you can tell. It should be in the middle between the two blues, and it should also be in the middle, front and back, between the two lowest greens. Next up, you want to grab a yellow domino, place it face down, side towards you, and overhang it on the right of the structure this time. Keep note that its left end and the left face of the orange domino should be lined up. Also, it should line up its side with the orange domino side. Next up, you want to grab another green domino and place it as you'd expect, bridging across the front of the structure, like so. Next, grab a couple of blue dominoes, place them face down, side towards you, and you want to place one of them on each of the two highest green dominoes, such that you form a couple of T's if you were to look from the side. Next up, grab another orange domino, stand it up with its face towards you, and place it in between the two T's. From the right, it should look like an I that is put right in the middle between the two T's, forming an unfortunate word, but there's not much we can do about that. Next up, you want to grab a couple of green dominoes, place them on their sides with their ends towards you, and you want to bridge them between the two T's, like so. Now you might have noticed I did not fully describe where this orange domino goes, and now you can even more clearly see where it should be. Reminder, it should be in the middle between the two highest blue dominoes. It should be flush with the left green domino. and you saw that it slid out, so let's correct that. Now, if you were to mirror the whole trick backwards, it would actually be on the right side. You want it to be leaning or flush with the side opposite to where the yellow overhanging domino is. Okay, so what we have here right now is anything that is red, and between the red or under the red, that is collectively the base, and the module is anything else, which is anything above the red dominoes. This is one module. Now, to continue extending the tower, repeat the module as much as you'd like, stacking them up and up and up, and you can pretty much finish it off in any way you'd like. But one of the best ways to finish it off is by repeating the bottom half of the module, which is this bit. So I'll do so with a little bit less description. Just a reminder, when you make another left overhanging domino, whenever you do this, you want to make sure the yellow domino's right end and the orange domino's right side should be lined up. Other than that, everything is exactly as you'd expect. I mentioned flipping earlier, right to left to right. One thing to take note of is that I am left-handed, so it might be more difficult for you to follow along exactly as I do something. So feel free to flip the whole thing in your head and try to switch hands if you prefer to go the other way, and it should be a little bit easier for you. Okay, so as you can see, I finished this bottom half of the module. I also added one more overhanging domino, and this green domino at the back is needed there so that the L doesn't fall over. And finally, after that, you still need to add a couple more things. Grab a couple of light blue dominoes and sandwich them face to face. You want to stand up the sandwich on its end with its face towards you and place it on the middle of the structure. In this case, the yellow overhanging domino is the first part that it is touching. Next up, of course, you want to trigger the trick somehow. So I'm going to grab a bunch of pink dominoes and place them normally in a rally, stand them up with their faces towards you, and start leading a rally up to the orange domino between the two red squares, which I call the trigger domino. Now I'm starting a straight rally here, but you can actually curve it. You want to make sure though the first couple of pink dominoes are lined up and they're straight so that they do not hit the red dominoes, but instead completely topple the orange trigger domino. But in this case, I'm just going to continue a straight pink line towards you, like so. Okay, so what we have here is a pink domino rally leading up to the orange trigger domino, and with it out of the way, the yellow domino, this overhanging one, will tilt that way. Similarly, that orange domino will tilt, but in the opposite direction and into that area as well. Then this yellow overhanging domino tilts opposite to its brother, the yellow domino, and this orange domino, the front-facing one, then falls in this way. Then this repeats over and over again, finishing with this blue load falling over out of the tower. Now with everything tilted within the frame being the green and the blue dominoes, you're going to have the top starting to fall apart because there's nothing to weigh it down, and everything's tilting, so it's going to push out. And with those falling out, it will continue letting other dominoes fall out, so everything collapses from top down. And let's hope this works. In 3, 2, 1. Of course, we want to see that in slow motion. Okay, so it wasn't too clear how this worked with a really short tower. Maybe let's see a larger version of this. Let's see that in slow motion. Alrighty, let's see a bunch of breakaway towers, and we're going to chain them up and see what we get. It's time for some thoughts on the Breakaway Tower 2.0. The first thing is that it falls faster and sooner than the original. Also, it can be built messily. As long as it stands, it will fall over almost 100% of the time. Now, something that is similar or the same with the original is that it has a wide spray path. So unless you want your dominoes nearby to topple over, make sure everything within 1 meter of the tower falls over before you trigger the Breakaway Tower. Now, another thing is that the scene, or the clip with the most number of breakaway towers, has a light blue tower in the back middle that you might have noticed that had its inner dominoes to the right instead of the left. The reason why it's like that is because it fell over prematurely, and I had to rebuild it from the back somehow. Now, I was used to one orientation, but if you look from where the camera was, it is actually flipped right to left, compared to the way the tutorial taught you. It's just another option. If you prefer to build the other way, you can flip the whole thing right to left. Now, the thing that was different about the blue tower is that it is triggered from the side, not the front. And this was very handy because I was able to place this version of the tower between 2 up walls and have it work tremendously without falling apart. Actually, let's see a tutorial on that. Diving right in. First up, grab a purple domino and place it face down and towards you. Next up, grab a couple of red dominoes on their sides with their faces towards you and place one on either end of the purple domino with the same amount of overhang on either end of the red dominoes. Next up, grab an orange domino, stand it up with its side towards you, and place it on the right side of the purple domino, in the middle between the 2 reds. Next up, grab a green domino, place it on its side with its end towards you, and bridge it between the 2 red dominoes on their left. Next, grab a couple more red dominoes, and place one on the back red domino with its left end flush against the green, And the same thing for the front red domino, like that. Next, grab another purple domino, place it face down and towards you, and slide it in from the right until it is flush with the first purple domino, like that. Next, you want to get a pink domino, stand it up with its side towards you, and place it on the right side of this newest purple domino. Again, you want it to be in the middle between the two red sides, or walls, if you will. Alrighty, this is the modified base for the Breakaway Tower 2.0. This version has the rally entering from the right. After that, you can add a module as normal from the main part of this tutorial, and then finish it off as you would on top. If, however, you want the rally to enter from the left, you're going to have to reverse this right to left, so everything will be flipped around, and also the module will also be flipped right to left. For example, in this case, you're going to have the yellow overhanging domino on the left, but if you want the rally to enter from the left instead of the right, you're going to have to put this yellow overhanging domino on the other side. Okay, so from here on out, as I mentioned, you're going to add the modules as normal. But you already know that, so let's speed things up. Alrighty, so what we have here is a pink rally going in from the right. You have, if you remember, an orange domino standing up right over here. And when this orange domino falls over like that, this yellow domino overhanging will have no choice but to fall over that way. And with that done, the rest of the tower falls as normal. Now let's hope this works in 3, 2, 1... Slow motion, please. Alrighty, it was not too easy to see what was happening inside the base, so let's have another version with clear dominoes. Here I've made the red dominoes and also a couple of green dominoes up here transparent. So now it should be a little bit clearer on what happens in the base. In 3, 2, 1, go. And slow motion, please. This has been the Breakaway Tower 2.0. Thanks for watching.